Jackie.
Go, Jackie.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Sanchez, and I'm a junior at Bayfield High School. I plan on going to college, getting an environmental law degree, and saving the world. But first, I have to help save the world of education that's crumbling around me. The reform being pushed by Governor Martinez and Secretary-designate Scandera is not something that I agree with. But you know, the governor, Ms. Scandera, and I do agree on one issue. There needs to be a few changes in the public schools. But that is where the agreement ends. The change that I want involves devaluing the importance of testing. Now, testing is necessary, but it has become more important than education itself. We are no longer tested based on what is taught. We are taught based on what is tested. And that is my peers and I are being subjected to what seems like an insurmountable amount of testing. Counting my AP exams, I'm taking 14 standardized tests this year. 14 tests. That's the PARCC test, the NMSBA, the PSAT, the ACT twice, the SAT twice, the Discovery test twice, 2 AP exams, and 3 end-of-course tests. There is so much testing that to take a test is to take away instruction time for another test. We are doomed to fail, and yet we are not failing. Despite the constant pressure from testing and our economic hardships, we are still outperforming kids from other wealthier states.
That's right.
And the credit for that accomplishment goes to our teachers. I do not have bad teachers. I have stressed teachers who have been spread too thin. But they still manage to test me, despite the perils they face on a daily basis. Teachers are the key to a great education. It seems like Governor Martinez and Secretary-designate Scandera's reforms are aimed at taking the personality out of the classroom. They want to create a cold, sterile learning environment with robotic teachers hooked up to a Common Core machine. But take a second and think about your favorite teacher or your favorite class. It was the personality, the culture with which you were taught that made that class your favorite. Culture is essential in a great education. You must learn the customs of your society if you're to thrive in it. Culture is what makes an education beautiful and what makes it significant. Kids learning in New Mexico should be exposed to what New Mexico is, the language and the customs that define it. I believe that's what makes us successful. But I have news for you. You can't test culture. You can't test character. You can't test the quality that a child has been taught with. People are trying to test me on who I am, but I am not a test score. I am a product of my education and my culture. I will carry what I have been taught and the way that I have been taught it forever. Do you want a generation who has been raised to believe that their self-worth is based on their test scores?
No!
Do we want to do that to our children? No! Thank you.
Wow, that's a hard act to follow, but next we have our